Before I bring this lecture series to an end, I would give you some encouraging comments. Hopefully, what was it? You've learned at least you can learn new things, right? Um, what was it? Even though I'm a lecturer and I'm in my in seventh year of my PhD, I'm no different than you, any of you. We're basically the same, and then we're in the same university, same labs, and the same floor, etc. Um, fundamentally, I'm not an authoritative figure, so I don't really make arguments based on authority or credentials. So, even though I'm in more of a senior position, I don't really go to my juniors and say, "Hey, like, listen to me, like, shut the hell up." Like, you have to listen to me because I have more experiences and I have more authority on this topic. Outside of the lecture room, please, um, you know, if you have any opportunity, please say hi to me. That'll be very, very nice. And I think also I've been teaching this course since 2022, and the first time I was offered to teach this course, I was delighted because one of the things I thought back then was that in my PhD, one of the things that are often conflated is that the knowledge that we have in our domain and the ability to implement certain methodologies are often conflated. So, for example, um, when it comes to using AI, it knows a lot about our domain, and probably we use it all the time. And I subscribe to like three different AI tools. So I ask the questions that I am supposed to know about my own topic, and I ask those questions to AI chatbots basically. But then when it comes to using tools and implementing methodologies, it's actually terrible at doing it. And I think that's one of the reasons it's super bad at replacing us at this point. So we'll see how it goes. But so far, what's also really important in terms of research is how to implement those tools when those are needed, either experimentally or numerically. Or if you have to model something, you have to come up with proper ideas to eventually validate those ideas. And if it's hard to validate those ideas, probably it's not the best idea. But one of the things I was concerned with when I was first preparing this lecture was that probably you've noticed it, but when we go to our first material, you can see how detailed the lecture material is. Back when I was in bachelor and when I was taking SolidWorks class, the lecture was extremely unfriendly. The TA would just go through everything super quick, and then we would try to catch up the entire time, just trying to like trying to like wandering our way. But you can see how detailed this material is, and it literally tells you like what to click. So I hope this was very helpful because um, it's also my personal experience, but also I've seen a lot of friends struggling with implementing their methodologies. And when you first get into graduate school, you come with this generic idea of like, I want to come up with like good research ideas and I want to implement it and I'm going to write good papers, probably become a better researcher. But I've seen a lot of friends struggling with how to implement those ideas in detail, and especially these problems of when we say devils in the detail, it's when it comes to implementing those ideas, what to literally click and what models that we have to actually use. Those detailed arguments are always complicated, so I've seen a lot of friends struggling, so I wanted to give basic ideas of how it works, how it should work, and then if you have any probably, hopefully, potential collaboration opportunities with me, probably I'll help you in these levels as well. I think the comment I would make is I wouldn't take this too long, but the comment I wanted to make was when you first come into graduate school, and I think this is a very useful thing to know, is that you don't really have an idea of how to implement a project, right? So your seniors and professors will give you to work on, to tell you to, they will tell you to work on these projects, but you don't really know how to work on those projects. So you have to come up with the fundamental levels of the bottom line levels of um, doing the most basic stuffs, and then you're gonna struggle with them. So, uh, but I think with the proper guide, you can go through all the processes, and as you get more familiar with the material, probably you've spent like 3-4 years in the office, and then you're pretty knowledgeable in one domain, and you probably have ownership in that domain as well. But you've invested so much in learning that specific thing that once you're too familiar with it, you get to fear stepping into a new topic and new tools. But what I wanted to basically show you and demonstrate is that with proper guidance, probably you can learn new things. And even if you feel like you're in this you met with this dead end that you can't really push through the points without learning new stuffs. With proper learning tutorials and guideline and materials, you can diverge into a new direction and learn new stuff. Probably I'm not the best lecturer. I can guarantee that because I also take classes about Onshape, and then I was try to like streamline that to you. So I hope I didn't stutter too much and muddle up like important points, but at least I was learning this material through my bachelor, and been 3 years since I started lecturing, and I hope everyone sort of gets some more encouragement in your own ability to learn new stuff. And for the next lecture series, probably you'll get to learn other tools related to other topics, because you won't use this one tool for every different topic, right? So we're gonna learn new things, and always I hope you can realize the capability that you have, and yeah, eventually if you have any struggles, you can ask people around you, and then they will hopefully guide you through learning new knowledge and techniques. So I want to bring this lecture into an end, and hope you enjoyed it. And I'll not hold you back during the lunchtime, but if you have questions about the lecture materials or the team project, please ask me. And goodbye.